Now let me welcome everybody to the Wild Wild West, a state that's untouchable like Elliot Ness. The track hits your eardrum like a slug to your chest. Back a vest for your Jimmy in the city of sex.
Get back on San Vicente, take it to the 10, then switch over to the 405 North and let it dump you out into Mulholland where you belong.
Feels good to be here at Six Flags Magic Mountain on a Friday. Not very packed. We'll see what we can get on today and what's closed. Hopefully it's a good day and luck's in my favor. Full throttle's testing right now, so won't get on that right away. Heading over to Twisted Colossus. Hopefully that's open. Most of the rides should be open today. The only refurbished closings are Riddler's Revenge and X2, unfortunately. But hey, when a 20 roller coaster park, you can't complain when a few are down. Wonder Woman open now, so this will be the first ride of the day. 20 minutes into park opening. What a great start. Salem'd's premium experience. Also, I am running a pretty bad cold, so my voice probably sounds like complete dog shit. So there's not much commentary on this vlog, that's why. Look at this. Salem'd Rasul premium experience theming. Woo! There's where my money's going. Okay, back row ride on Wonder Woman. First thoughts. I thought it was running pretty well. It's not as intense as the smaller models, but it's a good long ride, a lot of good airtime. I was pretty impressed with it. We'll see how it runs later in the day. Just got off of Batman. That's my 4th Batman credit. Second blue one, including Goliath at Fiesta Texas. That was the roughest one I've been on so far. Now, it wasn't really rough by any means, but there was some headbanging, especially in the second half, which is pretty unconventional for a Batman ride. So, yeah. Up next, Gold Rusher. Alright, just got off Gold Rusher. Pretty typical mine train coaster. Was smooth for the first half of the ride, but really got janky the second half. Unlike Adventure Express, though, at Kings Island, there was at least some intense moments. So I'd rank it above that and River King Mine Train. But, I mean, Roadrunner Express at Fiesta Texas is still king.
So you want to be a player, but your wheels ain't flying. You gotta hit us up to get a pimped out ride. You've got to pimp my ride. Damn right.
Alright, just rode Apocalypse. That ride needs some track work. That was pretty much a chiropractic adjustment. Yeah, that's going to be towards the bottom of the GCIs. Just ran well, ran fast, but just way too rough and just not enough to kind of justify the roughness. Okay, just rode Tatsu. Holy shit. That's a banger of a ride. Makes me sad that the Superman clones are like not even close to that level. Thought I was gonna lose my shoes, my face, and my entire body on that pretzel loop. Just a magnificent ride. Really like the layout and how the terrain interacts with it as well. Just a great ride here. Okay, just rode Viper. That will be the last time I ride Viper. Lots of headbanging, just a rough ride. The funny part was the corkscrews were the smoothest part. Usually that's where it really goes to shit. But yeah, I think it might be time for them to take this ride down just based on my experience. Okay, time for a little rant. So it's January in California at an all-season park. I understand rides need to be refurbished, rides need to go down sometimes, which is fine. And I looked on Magic Mountain's website and they had the list of the rides that were closed for refurbishment. Week of my trip, a day before I go on the website again, all of a sudden we got X2 down for refurbishment and everything else open. And like I said, that's okay. There's 20 roller coasters here. I'm not going to get on every one, and that'd be kind of unrealistic to expect that. However, SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, Cedar Fair, I don't know if they do it, but there's a list of the rides that are going to be closed and the dates that they're going to get refurbished. Salem'd, if you're going to make Six Flags premium, that's the kind of little things you got to start with, and you know, not even seeing stuff like that is kind of discouraging.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
Just got off New Revolution. Pretty good ride. Nothing really bad about it. It's obviously not as intense as others, but for its age, it's really smooth and running well. So they do a good job taking care of it here for sure.
You can get on Jumper too, but you can't get.
Alright, just rode full throttle. The funny thing was I forgot about the backwards launch midway through, so it kind of caught me off guard. Launch is pretty good. The hang time on the loop is awesome. The rest of the ride is kind of okay, but the final drop, I was in the back row. That was some nasty ejector. I kind of wish the brakes weren't there, but that was a wicked drop. That really caught me off guard. So short ride, like I said, kind of filler in the middle, but I really enjoyed it.
I wouldn't call myself a fan of steampunk, but I will say it's the healthiest way to prepare punk.
Welcome back, haters. How's that, right? Alright, let's best like that.
So that wraps it up from Six Flags Magic Mountain. Got rides on Twisted Colossus and Scream. First up, Scream. Yeah, that's quite the rough floorless coaster. Was constantly banging my head, so yeah, it's not very fun. Twisted Colossus is absolutely an elite roller coaster. My expectations were probably exceeded. Every element was great. Great airtime, great ejector airtime, great hang time on the Top Gun stall. Just great laterals. Everything was just great on the ride. I mean, nothing felt flat or anything. Wish it would have dueled, but they're only running 2 trains. I will say the operations maybe need to improve a little bit. There were multiple points where they were running 2 trains and ended up stacking them on a 3-minute and 40-second ride, which was interesting. But overall, it was a good day here. Not everything went perfect. I did get Salem'd at some points, but overall, I was happy with my visit. And hopefully Six Flags can continue to work on things and get the operations and everything else a little bit better. So I was going to go to Belmont Park and then looked at Six Flags Magic Mountain, and X2 is open today. So I am going to take the risk and drive up there now. If it's not open, I'll probably just spend the rest of the day there anyways. I could go down to Knott's for a few hours, but yeah, let's see if we can get on it. Here we go. Okay, X2. Holy fucking shit. Like, that's probably like the greatest coaster experience of my life. It wasn't rough at all. It was really smooth. I mean, just pure intensity the entire time. Plus, doing my first time on it at night was just something. More of that Salem'd premium experience. They haven't even updated this to X2. It still says X. Unless Salem'd was making this as like an ode to the past, and then, in which case, great, but I don't think he would have that kind of capability or knowledge. So, yeah, pretty cool.